Welcome to the March of the Crusader. And let's go offline. And we'll play this fella. So I learned while I was having some sound and USB uploading issues. You see my PS5 is connected to like a little station where you can line up games, and it has a little fan, an extra fan for it. And if you use the USB ports from those stations, I mean, it's just a little wonky compared to hooking it to the back of the PlayStation 5. So, we won't be doing that anymore. We'll use home ports, and we shouldn't have any more microphone issues, or I shouldn't. And it should be a lot easier for me to upload them to my USB to put them on my computer. Sometimes it would just like hit 70-80%. You're sitting there waiting, and it would have an error, and you just have to keep. I just have to keep going until I got it. But I don't have that problem when I put it directly into the PS5. As usual, I picked a terrible time to do this. It's later in the day, everybody's up. But I wanted to. So here we are. Probably switch to Zeal and drop Smite. I'm just not using it, and it didn't stun the bosses like I wanted it to. I don't know, maybe one in Smite for these guys? Because look at that's pretty effective right there. Maybe. With Zeal, I mean, it's pretty good with Holy Fire. I don't know. Again, as long as we're not dying, I'm not really worried about it. Let's see, it's trash. We can sell it, I guess. Break these burns. Alright, let's sell it. Now, I'll probably make adjustments for the next game I play. I might fiddle with the volume balancing just a little bit. Maybe, probably drop my gimmick. I don't know if, I'm not going to call it a gimmick, but my intro. You know, to an extent for me, it doesn't make sense. I'm supposed to, I'm just kind of casually play. I don't want to feel like I'm setting anything up. I don't know. It'll probably be for the best. Or maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll grow fond of it. Alright, let's get our cube. Oh, I forgot. It's not like the other thing. Alright, spear cat. Yeah, the goal would be to make this all as casual and as clean as possible amidst challenge runs and stuff. Light to maybe some heavier challenge runs. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy. Like, I'm not going to level 1 the chalices in Bloodborne. Or what would that be? Level 4? I kind of want, you know, given that I'm only doing this once or twice in a week for 30 to 40 minutes in a video, I kind of want shorter games. Like, I would play The Witcher 3 on Death March. But man, that would take, you know how long that would take? 2 times a week, maybe once a week, 30 to 40 minutes of video. Even if I extended the time to an hour of video, it would take too long. No thanks. Alright, let's get that. I might do my stat reset. I don't know. So far I got like 2 views on my videos. One of them has 3. So I'm still not really talking to, and I don't know if that view is me skimming through it. So I don't think I'm really talking to anybody yet. I'm still alone. There we go, we need there. We're gonna put this, since we can't use this stash. Oop. Douchebag. Put that right there. And then I thought I put something in it. That's just a sound. Put that in there. Probably not gonna keep those. And won't keep that either. We can actually. Oh, look at that. We can combine them. Bunk. Get in there. Look at that inventory management at a high level. Alright. Chip diamond. Let's go. Now we can go to the far oasis. 57. You know, I think that'll probably be better than that. The weapon I made last time was also better than this. But for whatever reason, I compared its damage to the durability. And it's not that strong. Alright, do you repair stuff, lady? You do. Thanks. If we stat reset, I don't really care for anything here. Would you want that for Zeal? That would probably be best. It would help the mercenary and speed. But normal difficulties, that's like done at that point. It's at level 18 and it slows everybody down. We want that. What level are we? Alright, one more level. We will stat reset. Skill reset. And that'll be good. Alright, we already know the way to Oasis, right? Just down here. Sorry, Smite. Cave open, Chad. Bam. You really got a 2-socket helmet? It's better than mine, though. It looks cool. The classic. They did a good job with him, too. Oh, was Oasis down there? Okay. The anniversary for my dog came up. May 26th will be, it was a whole year I had my dog. I got her off Craigslist for free. But I had to drive quite some hours to get her. Now when I went to get her, I couldn't see what house it was. And I kept passing this house that had like a boarded up window. I couldn't see anything for an email address. I need an after. And that was it. And when I knocked on the door, you know, this bigger set lady came in. You know, her hair dyed, she was missing teeth, she had tattoos. You know, I said, I'm here to pick up a dog. She's like, oh, I'll go get her. And when she got the dog, you know, the dog's like 4 months old at the time, but she was still pretty big. She's like a 50, 60 pound dog. And at that time, I forget what the weigh-in was, maybe 30 something pounds? I don't know. But she was like covered in her own urine and smelled like shit. And I asked, like, why are you giving her away for free? And she said she needs a better home. So at least she was honest. But I wasn't prepared for that. So on the drive home, I mean, I went to get her with my wife. You know, my wife held her in the back, and imagine a couple hours in a car holding on to a dog just covered in urine, scared. For hours. It took all day to go get her and come back. But you know, she's living a lot better now. It used to be every time I'd feed her, she would eat like a maniac. And that's true. You know, dogs do that. But now, like, her morning food is still out. She's not in no rush to get it. She'll eat it, you know, throughout the day. If she finishes it early, she'll get, you know, dinner. But yeah, I thought a year already. Time was very quick. Black raptor. Too bad they don't have actual raptors coming out of there. I don't know, did they have raptors in deserty climates? Anyways. So I was thinking about the channel. And again, there's a lot of things you can do for business, right? You can, you know, do the thumbnails, make them clickbaity. You can do the titles, make them clickbaity. And I do think there's ways to do that in a legit manner, like without looking like a scumbag. Like, you ever click on a video with a thumbnail that has a picture and you never see the picture in the video and you're kind of annoyed? Like, that's so scumbaggy. But like it, you know what I mean? Usually it's to get stupid people like me to click on it. It'll be like some attractive girl falling over or something. Yeah, I'd like to see this pretty woman take a digger, stumble. I don't know. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna keep the titles honest to the run I'm doing. And I will probably drop the intro like I have it. I mean, we're on our 3rd day of recording. Things gotta change already, right? I'll keep it for this. No, because I want to keep the consistency in all of them. So if I decide to go a certain way about it, like, I gotta keep it to the end. If anyone's actually gonna sit here and watch it, I feel they should have the security that it's gonna be how it is, start to finish. So if you like to start, That's how it's gonna end up at the end. Now maybe that's gonna hinder my progress on any potential I might have making videos on YouTube, because it's gonna slow down how I can see how my changes unfold. But I'm not in no hurry, and my goal has already been stated in the previous videos. I'm pretty okay with all of it, how it's going so far. Day 3, I'm all right with it. Ooh, 40 strength. I don't know what's giving me 1 strength, but take that, you puke. We're gonna find the waypoint, and then we're gonna use the portal to get into the maggot lair. Now, I was debating on how do you really market a new channel. You wait for algorithm. You just do the title thing like they say. You do the thumbnail. I left a little comment on someone else who's like a new content creator, right? And tried to give him a nudge of encouragement. And maybe he would give me a nudge. But he hasn't responded, and he's not like obligated to. That's okay. Alright, let's go change our build real quick. We need all this money just to keep resurrecting our mercenaries. $9. Ooh.
Yes, citizen.
I am a citizen. Who's gonna save all of you. What does he wear? 40. I mean, I can't blame him for dying, right? Alright, let's switch things. A little early to switch. I wasn't gonna switch, I was gonna... I don't like using this. I like to... Whatever I pick, I stay with. But... I don't know. I want a bigger belt. I'm debating. Like, stick firm with my decisions, right? But at the same time, look at that split. What about this? Is that any good? Get the cold, so it'll slow him down. It costs 4 mana. I don't know. We're gonna be Holy Freeze and Zeal. And I don't stat reset, but I'll do it for YouTube so I can get through these enemies quicker.
Dada.
What's that?
I'm feeling the living room.
Thanks. Hey, I'm almost done here, alright?
Alright.
Alright, just head out for a little bit.
I know, it says I was gonna ask you again that I just said that kind of thing outside if you want to sit on the porch.
I'll sit on the porch after this and you can play, alright?
Okay. When you're done and then you go outside, I'm probably just gonna ride my bike.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. It's a nice day out. We can sit on the porch for the kid, right? I don't mind hanging out. Let's see, we need 40 strength. What the hell is giving me strength? Is it this? Okay. That is my There's one of my kids. It's my 5-year-old. And you know, she gets a little curious when I'm in here talking to myself, not explaining what I'm doing. Yeah, it is what it is, right? It's level 24, and it takes 5 stats to get there. Skills. So at level, I'd have to start working now, because I'm level 18, right? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. And we probably want... Okay, the damage goes up. And I can't put that up anymore anyways. But we're going to want to keep putting it up. So we're going to save some skill points. Should I just put these up right now? Okay. And then we're just going to keep putting this up. And then we'll put this up until we get this up. That sounds like a plan. Why not? Oh, that requires another level too. So each level, we'll put them both up. Alright, alright. And then... Look at that. We want to sign them all in case we find a piece of gear. Alright, man, let's go. We still got time. 30 minutes is kind of a bunk ass amount of time to actually make decent progress. But we're gonna work with it for now. Ooh. I have a lot of time later today. It'll be gone again. So I'm probably just gonna line up a bunch of videos. Oop, we forgot. Find that. Look at that, we're gonna freeze your punk asses. Yeah, she likes to really go outside. The dog really likes to go outside. You know, we had a record-breaking winter. I mean, the snowbanks were gigantic. The snowbank at the bus stop, obviously they plow there, but it was like over 2 stories high. You know, they were having fun sledding down. Am I like missing? What the hell? Let's see here. Do I need more in dexterity? Do I hold the button? Let's see. You know, a lot of the paladins I made, they were hammerdins. And I don't really run through the game with a paladin. All the other classes, though, I pretty much have. One of the reasons I thought it would be great to start with the paladin. You know, I'm thinking, I don't want to just play games. I want to play games that I know I like, obviously for the channel. I think it'll be the easiest way to smooth into making content for a YouTube channel. Let's see, do I have enough time to clear this? I got 5 minutes before the 30-minute mark. That should be plenty. What the hell was I just saying? I don't want to make games I'm just familiar with, even though that would be probably the smoothest route for me. But it would also be more interesting to obviously dive into stuff that I'm learning. Alright, get up there. As long as we pay attention, our life shouldn't drop to where this run is over. And if it did drop, there's no one commenting on my videos right now, but if you happen to be there, like, should I just start from scratch? Should I just move on to the next game? Should I make the character and get to the spot in my own time and then just start recording from there? What would be ideal? I don't know. Ideally, we don't die. Look at that. That aura looks cool. Okay. Are you wearing a hat? You are wearing a hat. You look... Stop moving. You look bald right there. Put a hat on your head? Okay. You can still smite you. Now, when I'm not recording for YouTube, I don't know if I said this already because things drop. No, the first few attempts I did, they failed. They didn't fail, but I didn't like them enough. And then the mic cut out yesterday. But I'm playing The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on the GameCube. And I'm doing you can't use the dungeon map. I was gonna do you can't use the map for the whole game, but the kind of just exploring around to get the Tears of Twilight would be Tears of Twilight, Tears of Light. Didn't seem fun to me. Just fixing my watch while he does all the work. So I put the map on for the Tears, and then everything else I kept the map off. And if I could record for the GameCube, I would. Obviously, I wanted to make this cheap to start. And if there's success, I'll invest in recording for others' consoles, right? You could probably just get something that records a TV. I don't know. I don't know how that works yet. But so far I finished the first 3 temples. And I thought the water temple was going to be a little harder because of the height changes throughout. But I did pretty good in there. I spent, I got the boss key. And I looked at the room in the middle. You go to the hub and there's a locked door. But it looked like a normal locked door. So I spent some time just looking around, trying to figure out where I could have missed a key. And the whole time, I had the goddamn key. So it took a little longer than it should have. But it wasn't the worst. I think if I do continue to do it, because it does take a little focus to make sure you know exactly where you're going. I think the Snow Peak mansion would probably be the hardest area to do without using the dungeon map. Maybe. I don't know where else would be difficult. Alright, black locust, sand maggot, piece of dog shit. Oh. Alright. Ooh, let's get that ring. Kill him first. We might not need to go back. Okay. At least we will get the staff before we cut out here. And we can go straight from the waypoint to the next spot. Why are you walking so slow, man? Alright, there's nothing in there. Anyways. It's gonna be a very nice week. You know, Maggot Lair, when you make a summoner, it takes much longer. It's a real pain in the ass. So this is one of the good things about a melee build. Just hack away. We're gonna let him kill it because it has a nasty poison. You don't want to be poisoned forever. At least just till we get into town. Alright, that. Ooh, he gets a weapon from here too. Okay.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, I see it. Let's see. Yeah, I knew he was gonna die from that. 31, 37. That's not bad at all. Gives us time to do a little bit of town stuff. Anyways, and I'm a little scatterbrained at the moment until I can grow in my multitasking. But maybe commenting on other people who are starting out can help growth. Maybe. Good, we got a better weapon. Some poison on there. That's something I wouldn't mind doing. And you could be helping someone else. But I don't really know. Okay. Alright, what's next? Lost City. Did we find? It don't matter. That's for next time. Alright, well, that's it for now. But I'll be doing a lot more recording later today. It's time for me to go sit on the porch while my daughter rides her bike. See ya. Bye-bye.